Guard, 6'6".
And it's conference rivals squaring off tonight in this one, Steve. It might be the regular season, but this has a playoff feel to it, doesn't it?
These are the type of games you love to watch in the regular season, Kevin. The fans will be rowdy, the players fully engaged. We got a good one tonight.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Rui Hachimura. And it's Henderson in at the 1.
A jack-of-all-trades, Jeremy Grant also has a strong feel for when his guys are uncovered.
The first trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
You look back at how the Blazers have drafted. They get a lot of value no matter where they pick. Great job of identifying and growing talent.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. To the inside, here's Holmgren. Rebound by Nurkic. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, I talked with head coach Mark Daigneault. I asked him about the challenge of playing against a team that's so smart and under control on offense. And he said they really do a terrific job of execution. No miscues or missteps. We need to be just as disciplined if we're going to get the upper hand. And since they're down 1-0 in the season series, they'll have to do that really well tonight.
Great update, David. Thanks. It'll be fascinating, Greg, to watch them try to slow down these shooters.
No question. That's the focus defensively. But then, on the offensive end, they have to get production of their own.
The way this league is going, you have to play great defense and you have to score to keep up.
Here's Giddey. After the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Stolen by Henderson. Here's George. The Thunder pull it in. Two big marks there, you're right. And the last two lottery picks for Portland before the latest draft, Lillard and McCollum.
And Kevin, McCollum has since moved on, but they have knocked it out of the park in the last decade. Great job of maximizing draft assets.
And here are the Trailblazers now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. To the middle. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
The pass to Nurkic. Now George. Three-pointer. Portland again missing. Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Count it.
Despite his slim frame, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is showing enough strength to take the hit and complete the play.
Now, here is George. 23 points his last outing. Henderson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Henderson, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. A unique type of player. Chet with great length and skill. But the keys to reaching his potential will be durability and improving his strength.
Hachimura against Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And so Grant will bring it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by 3. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
It was a terrific performance we got a chance to watch. They got into a nice rhythm and made smart adjustments along the way.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Hey, Greg, Holmgren is thin, but as we both know, he's very tough.
He's aggressive and willing to take contact at both ends. He's also strong mentally. Can't wait to see what the future holds for this young man. And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backcourt.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Look at the Heat. They're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And you know, right now for the Trailblazers, they've used the doubters as fuel for this season's strong showing. Night after night, each guy plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Pass to Highland. Simons on the wing. Drills the three-pointer.
You can tell Simons has this shot dialed in. He's a very accurate range shooter.
Oklahoma City trailer. 1:15 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Wallace. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And this Thunder team in desperate need of a veteran. Someone on their way out that can still be productive and provide some leadership for the young guys.
That one misses. So now, how does Oklahoma City, Greg, get back into the mix in the Western Conference?
Kevin, it's going to be tough. Just so much inexperience on the roster right now. Keeping the core here, yeah, but experienced players to fill out that roster.
Here's Wallace after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Down low, here's Robinson Earl. No good again that time. Trailblazers leading by 4. Passes it to Sharp. Shoots over George. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Pokusevski with the bucket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Stolen. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Oklahoma City moving it around. Got a piece of it. Here's Sharp. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Pass to Highland. Here's Simons. Wallace covering. And Fernie Simons, and that's good.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Wallace up on top. Another shot. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
And bringing the D there, Sharp with good lateral movement and those long arms to disrupt the offense.
What a performance from Anfernee Simons. He has been the story for Portland. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Thunder
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
They've got Josh Giddey. Wallace is out there with Holmgren. And it's Joe in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Now here's Giddey. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. No good that time. George with the defensive effort. And Smitty, one player who's really improved in a very short amount of time is Anfernee Simons.
Kevin, a dynamic guard who plays with a lot of confidence. He is especially lethal on the offensive end. And it's because he is capable of scoring from all 3 levels.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for the Thunder. Grant, he's checked in for Portland.
A player like Nurkic is a good piece for any squad. They can rely on him to take care of business inside on both ends of the floor.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Well, the Thunder are trying to build something that will last. The front office says you stick to your principles, your values, and you think long term. We're focused on building a sustainably great team. We continue to be forward-facing in that respect. Kevin, back to you.
It's a good philosophy, and they're not looking for any shortcuts, which is admirable. David, thanks. Here's Pokusevski. Rui Hachimura picking up that last basket. Holmgren. And he could not get them one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And after the last couple seasons, it's nice to get back to the more normal way of doing things, isn't it, Smitty?
It is, Kevin. We saw the playoff bubble, the reduction in games, more back-to-backs. Shows you how much can be taken for granted.
And Portland making a change here. Henderson's checked in. Here's Pokusevski, and he bangs it home with one hand.
I'll tell you, at his size, once he gets it in there, it's over.
Henderson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Henderson, no good. Thunder trailing by 9. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Joe. It's off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Kenrich Williams. He's checked in for Holmgren.
Kenrich Williams.
Up top, Giddey. He's covered by Hachimura. And that one drops.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Henderson driving inside. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
To the paint. Here's Joe. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight. You know, one thing Greg, the Thunder have done a great job of, drafting international players.
Players like Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams in the past, a few good ones on this current roster as well. Credit the OKC scouts for just finding guys all over the world.
Simons finds Hachimura. Here's Simons. Yep, that one goes in there. Simons has got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
Listed at 6'4", but Anthony Simons has a 6'9" wingspan, and that length certainly helps him on the interior.
Now here's Giddey. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
And the Thunder with some changes. Jeremiah Robinson-Earl comes in for Pokusevski. And it's Dort in for Josh Giddey. Jackson Hayes, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Nasir Little comes in for Hachimura. And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Here's Joe. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Inside. And he goes in for the dunk.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Henderson. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
And here now the Thunder after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Williams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 10-footer. The rebound by Grant. Trailblazers leading by 9. Henderson with it. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
Dort misses. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession.
And how about the numbers here for Henderson? And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists right now. He does a great job of running the offense, spotting the open guy, and making the sound delivery. Wallace is checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games. Number 1, the Trailblazers.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
Oklahoma City moving it around. Dort passes to Wallace. Back to Dort. Here's Joe. Shot clock at 5. Here's Wallace. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. To the inside. Grant dishes to Henderson. Poke loose. Now, here's Dort. Not a lot of room. shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
It's fascinating to watch Dort evolve his game. He's raised his free throw percentage to 84% last year. And for the first time in his career, he shot over 40% from the field.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Holmgren's checked in. Now, here's George. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game.
Silky smooth stroke, nice touch. Paul George is a terrific jump shooter.
Here's Holmgren. 9-point game. Holmgren sets the screen for Wallace. Off target from 3-point range.
And they continue to control the glass.
From deep, George. It's rebounded by Robinson Earl.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Wallace against George. Wallace kicks to Dort. Here's Holmgren. It's deflected. He got it up. And that one released in time, but no good. And so is Portland.
Well, they've got their rebounding to thank for this lead. All first half, they were fighting for the boards. Those extra possessions make a big difference.
Man, if they could keep that going on the second half, man, they'll be in good place.
Okay, now let's see what's going on around the league in terms of injuries.
Hard to play.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. One of the stories here, Anthony Simons getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. Then it's Rui Hachimura. Then it's Paul George. And it's Henderson in at the point guard position.
Now that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turned things around. I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
Portland leading by 7. And the dunk by Hachimura.
And proving to be effective around the rim. Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks a lot, guys. Josh Giddey has been attracting admirers, including LeBron James. King said he's really, really good. He has a great pace about the game. Great vision. Josh is one of those kids who can definitely see the game a lot quicker than most guys out on the floor. And he's showing it. Just been playing beautiful basketball. Kevin, that's high praise.
It is both amazing passes. David, thank you. And the pass to Giddey. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Nurkic. Puts it up from 12, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Gilgeous-Alexander. George way outside. The shot, no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams, a screen on Henderson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 here in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And stolen by Giddey. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
This team has credited Giddey's background for shaping him as a player.
You know, he grew up in a house dominated by basketball. Both his parents played professionally in Australia, and that goes a long way toward developing your basketball IQ.
Okashevsky's checked in for Oklahoma City, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Simons is checked in. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Greg Anthony for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, part of a growing trend in this NBA, giving his team length in the backcourt.
Yeah, 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan. He can see over the top of the defense. He helps you on the glass, and he can switch onto front court players defensively. That's what teams are looking for nowadays.
Steps back and fires. Good as the jump shot falls. Gilgeous-Alexander's got it all tied up now for the Thunder. It's George on the wing. Giddey defending. And that one, good. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Giddey the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Look, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Here's George. The Thunder making the shot. Fires for 3. Good on the three-point shot. George has got 9 points.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Showing he can take over on the offensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Now some of the best in the NBA right here. The top scorers, efficiency-wise. Third is Anthony Simons.
And just so reliable offensively. It's one thing to find good looks, but you've got to finish when you get them, and he does at a fantastic rate. The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Highland's shot is good. And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for the Blazers.
It's easy for me. Look at their defensive effort all game. The block total shows their commitment to contesting shots.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Intercepted. And here is Wallace. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Portland leading. Now Simons. Here's Sharp. Misses the step-back jump shot. Well, Thunder have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
At the line for your Thunder, Alexei Pokusevski.
And he's good on the second. For Portland, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Here's Simons. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Pretty slick move by Anthony Simons with the rock. The defender couldn't keep track of it.
Thunder trailing by 3. Pass to Pokusevski. Here's Joe. Fires from deep. Highland with the rebound.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
And the basket is good. Highland's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Pass to Pokusevski. No good with the triple. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Little passes to Highland. Thunder with the rebound. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. The pass to Robinson Earl. Here's Pokusevski from 13. No good there.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
The third quarter comes to a close. Trailblazers lead by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Outside the wings are Gilgeous-Alexander and George. Williams is out there with Holmgren. And it's Wallace in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
On the wing, Wallace. Henderson defending. Wallace, the pass to Holmgren. Shot clock at 6. And the jump by Holmgren.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. On up the court, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from George.
And you talk about clutch plays, I mean, defensively and offensively, and we saw it right there.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder to take the lead. And it's good on the way in. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Grant, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, over the break, Chauncey Billups had some advice for his team. This is a close game, as you know, but he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move. Right now. Kevin?
Thank you, David. George up top. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Hachimura. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Holmgren.
And you can see what makes Hachimura a tough cover. He can beat you with finesse, and also he can bring the hard hat. Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up.
Henderson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Henderson, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And looking at Shea's game, there's a shiftiness to it. Keeps defenders off balance. It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward. We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Hachimura, and Hachimura stays with it. Hachimura's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Wallace kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. The Trailblazers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. George hacks a 2-pointer. Thunder with the rebound. George got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams sets a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. He feeds it to Williams. Over in the corner, George. Offline with his 3. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved. A full team effort.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Gilgeous-Alexander against Henderson. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
Fades back. And too long on the shot.
Went to the fadeaway. Didn't need to, though. Probably cost him some points.
Wallace's shot is good.
And this is Gilgeous-Alexander's responsibility to find his guys when they're open.
And here's George for three. Rebound by Wallace. Thunder have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. It's deflected. There's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth. On the wing, George. Gilgeous-Alexander cover. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
That's a high percentage look from Nurkic and a smart choice. Bucket.
Josh Giddey's checked in for Oklahoma City. 1:43 left here in the fourth quarter. Henderson against Gilgeous-Alexander. He kicks to Holmgren. It's hauled in by George. George has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Looking to end his cold spell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
At the free throw line, Paul George is usually very consistent. He just can't let the stakes get inside his head.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Oklahoma City shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. Down low, here's Holmgren. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
No, staying cool in a clutch moment. Holmgren not letting his inexperience get the best of him. He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
Yes!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
In the corner, George with it. Fires the 3. Connects from downtown.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren in the corner. There's the 3. Henderson pulls it in. And they are in the driver's seat.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie barred the door.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
A much improved free throw shooter. Nurkic has a chance to really help his team.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
24 seconds left in the game. Stolen by Henderson. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
At the line for the Trailblazers.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Good job. Want to keep fueling that lead. Make your free throws.
So it's the Thunder now. And the turnover again by Oklahoma City. And that's an intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And here's George for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end, it's another to finish.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Paul. What was the area of emphasis coming into the game tonight?
I mean, we knew this is a team that you can't, take for granted. They play hard. So we had to, step it up, execute offensively, and, stop them from scoring.
Definitely the fundamentals, but those are the most important things. Thanks, Paul. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now, let's check out our New Balance player of the game, Paul George.